Welcome or welcome back to the Lockwood Chronicles. My name is Larissa, and today we are trying to finish my June TBR. I kind of set an ambitious June TBR, and you'll see in my wrap up that I got distracted with other books, as I tend to do. I kind of put my initial TBR that I say at the beginning of the month off to the side, just because I'm like, well, I'd rather read this because I am a mood reader through and through. I have 3 books. I did put more, but they're, oh, just kidding, 4 books. Let's go through the 4 books that we are hoping to finish this vlog, because I'm going to try to do it in these next 7 days. First one is for my book club, not my book club, but like a book club that I am a part of. And we are reading None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. And we're meeting next week. So on day 7 of this, we are meeting, and I have been currently listening to that on Spotify. It's thankfully included because I tried to check it out from my library, but it is very far in advance. So there's that. That's kind of like a, I think it's called a domestic thriller, but it's definitely a thriller. Then we have The Final Offer. The Final Offer. Yeah, that sounded weird coming out of my mouth right now. By Lauren Asher. She's chunky. However, the first 2 books in this series, it's the Dreamland Billionaires series, I flew through. Like, it was so quick. I don't know if it's just the size of the font or the spacing or how the pages are, but this is also available on Kindle Unlimited. This is the 3rd book in that series regarding Callahan and Alana. And they're friends to, not enemies, but what am I trying to say? Friends to loathe to lovers. Ariadne. I've been saying I've been wanting to get to this for months and months and months. Well, guess what? The audiobook is available as well on Libby. So I checked that out from my library. It's a shorty, cute little book, and I plan to both listen to and read the physical book as I'm going through. With any mythology, names are somewhat difficult to pronounce. So if I listen to it and hear the names, that tends to make it easier. The Unmaking of June Farrow. I wanted to get to this one in June because June Farrow, and this is by Adrienne Young. And again, I've been just putting this off. It's not that long of a book. It is available on Spotify. However, I don't know how many hours I have remaining. I think you get 15 hours a month, and if that's the case, I'll have like 5-ish hours remaining. This is ambitious. I typically read about a book a week. Has been my latest reading session, but it's supposed to be rainy for the next couple of days and then sunny, and I plan to spend those sunny days at the lake if I can. So hopefully we will get a ton of reading done during that time. Let's get to it. It's the freaking weekend, baby. I am so excited. I just finished work. I do need to go and do some grocery shopping. On my commute home from work, I have the rest of my dark chocolate, a lovely clementine, a lavender vanilla matcha latte that I made this morning. I've just been chilling in the fridge until this very moment when I get to drive home. And normally I take a nap after work, but since I grocery shop on Thursdays, that is not feasible. I'm so excited to be done and just read this weekend. I don't really have many plans except pickleball on Sunday. I have not started The Final Offer. I decided to go with that one, mainly because I am currently listening to None of This Is True. Oh, hold on. Okay, sorry. Switched into manual focus because I heard that you were clicking, or the camera was. And I am on chapter something. They don't give chapter titles, but Tuesday, June 25th. And I have about, well, it says I have 8 hours and 22 minutes left. However, I listen at 1.5 speed. I normally like to listen to like 1.75 or 2 speed, but these voice actors have a little bit of an accent, and it's easier for me to understand them at like 1.5 speed. So I don't mind it. It's a really good book. It started off pretty slow, not in a bad way. It's just, it's setting up quite a bit right now. However, now we're getting into kind of like this creepy territory. Like, this is a little odd. Alex is a podcaster who interviews women about their success and that have come from hardship and the transition that they've done to that. You can hear that really loud truck. Josie is someone who has had kind of a weird life and just weird things, and she wants Alex, they're birthday twins, so they were born on the same day, same year, at the same hospital, and she wants Alex to interview her. She doesn't have her life together, however, going to be having her life together and follow. She wants Alex to interview her on that process of getting her life together. And there is quite a bit of an age gap between Josie and her husband. Josie also has 2 kids, and it's getting a little creepy with the kids too. Lots of things are happening. We don't know what is happening, but it is getting a little suspicious. Let's get a move on it. Work was good. Got out a little early. Here we go.
I went and listened to some of your podcasts when Josie told me about you.
Hello, back from volleyball, and it was so fun. I have my retainers in too, so you're welcome. Volleyball was so good. It was a lot of fun. We played 2 really good teams. Won 3, lost 1. Well, let's get started. I haven't even started it yet. So chapter 1, right there. We're starting with Alana's POV. I like the graphics on it of like the chapters. Super cute. It's like cakes and cupcakes. Ooh, I would love a cupcake. What? Okay, first line. If I had known I was going to die tonight, I would have worn sexier underwear. Or at the very least, I would have dressed in something far nicer than mismatched pajamas riddled with holes and bleach stains. What an opening line. Oh no, there's only 4% left on my battery. Why? I even tried to remind myself to get a different battery this morning. All right, so I made it to chapter 3 of the book, so I only read 2 chapters. I was very tired. At the end of chapter 1, okay, didn't see that coming. But there is an issue. Alana has the deed to the house, and Callahan comes in ready to sell and saying, oh, this is outdated, which doesn't make sense to me, because if you have a deed, there's no expiration date. There's no, take backsies, right? If you have a deed, you have it. Like, it's yours, not unless there were stipulations with the deed. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, Grandpa, why are you messing with Alana right now? Highly enjoying it. Also highly enjoying None of This Is True. I listened to that on the way here. It is a little bit further of a drive for me, which it's raining. I'm not really doing anything but reading today. Might meal prep. Getting real intense. It just keeps getting like just a little bit more. And Josie, the comments that she makes regarding Alex's marriage are so out of pocket and so unnecessary considering Josie's relationship with her husband. This is absurd stuff going on. Well, we're doing legs today, so fingers crossed that it is not busy, but the good news is it's usually really warm and equipment is typically pretty easy to get on. Get some good energy, good vibes. Cheers, my friends. Fell asleep and then woke up. Long nap. Made some popcorn with those peanut butter M&Ms. Yeah, my workout was fantastic today. And again, it's just so warm there that that's, I think, why well, the equipment is nice, but it's warm there. So it actually feels like I'm doing something instead of freezing throughout my entire workout compared to my other gym where I constantly have a battle of trying to not stand under one of the ceiling fans because they're always turned up. I will turn them down and then people will turn them back up. Came home and meal prepped, and my friend Cara came over and she chatted with me at the end of my meal prepping, so we just talked a little bit when she got done with work. I edited a video, well, finished editing a video, so it's been productive. But meal prepping just takes so much out of me because I just don't enjoy cooking, even though I'm like watching YouTube and that's what I enjoy about it and look forward to is just like binge watching YouTube. And I have so many YouTube videos that I need to watch. I'm so behind on everything, which makes me sad because I just want to keep up with everybody. And so therefore, when I was reading my lovely book, I just fell asleep. Also, I made a lavender vanilla chai latte. It was amazing, especially on like a gloomy, rainy day. Just a hot one sounded really good. And I was correct. And it was decaf. Good job me for not putting caffeine into something I just don't even need. First of all, none of this is true. It's getting unhinged. Little by little, each chapter, just a little bit more. I really like the audiobook right now. I'm really loving it. I'm loving the narrators. I'm loving the added sound effects. I'm loving just the cast that they have. It's a book about a podcast, but a lot of things happen that it became like a Netflix special. So like there's interviews and Netflix style documentary, and then the podcast interwoven, and then the actual story interwoven too. It's so crazy. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, I don't know who to trust. I only read 2 chapters before I passed out. Not much is happening. Also, okay, wait. Calm down. Breathe. 2 other things. One regarding Taylor Swift. So Taylor is currently night 1 in Wembley, and Jason and Kylie, Travi, they're all there, along with Cara Delevingne and Nicola from Bridgerton. So many celebrities there right now. And I will probably tune into the surprise songs. Secondly, Chapel Roan. I just saw a video on TikTok for her. She was performing a concert and she's just like, hey guys, I'm so sorry, but like, I feel like I'm not giving the best concert right now. So overwhelmed with how quickly my fame grew. And she's been around the scene for a while. I just started listening to her, not because of her new single that just came out, which is charting all over the place, which is a great song. But I did my day list and a few of her songs came up and I was like, oh, she's pretty good. I'm so obsessed with Red Wine Supernova. It is such a good song. It is so good. It's so catchy. It's so fun. It's wild that she's being so vocal about her anxiety about being perceived, and especially that quickly. And it is terrifying. Like she blew up like so quickly. Not quickly in the sense she's been in the scene for a long time, but in a quick period of time, it happened for her. That is overwhelming. All right, we're gonna keep reading. I'm gonna eat my popcorn. Oh gosh, I love popcorn with, I was gonna say Butterfingers, that too, but peanut butter M&Ms. All right, I wanted to give you an update. I am 200 pages in. I should be way further along. However, more pressing things happened. Taylor Swift, night 1 in London. And I just couldn't stop watching all the TikToks of the Kelseys being there. I just love it. All right, well, anyway, some deals have been struck. There's random bursts of like flirting and intimacy. Weird, because on one hand, I just feel like it's coming out of nowhere. Like, yes, they have a history, but it was 6 years ago. You can't just like do and say things with no lead up or build up to it. I don't know. It just feels kind of out of pocket. Some of the things that have been happening. Like, it's one thing to yearn and to flirt, but it's another thing to like be so brusque about it. Cal is so back and forth. He is dealing with a lot of substance abuse. He is an alcoholic, is not handling it well. Alana, she has enough stuff going on in her own life to be dealing with their shenanigans. Cal wants to sell the house, Alana does not. And Alana is trying to hold him off by saying, oh, you can get more money if there's more repairs, blah, blah, blah. So she's trying to buy some time. A popcorn that I ate, so delicious, but also popcorn kind of hurts my tummy, makes me a little bloaty, and I am feeling it. Will I eat more tomorrow? Most likely, because I love popcorn. Well, I'm probably going to read a little bit more before bed, but I'll check in with you tomorrow morning. Good morning. We're going to make this quick because there is an event here in the parking lot. There's so many people and I am shot. I ended up getting to page 224 last night in the final offer. My goal is to read 200 pages today. I don't really know if we have any updates. Not really much updates there. Kind of same old, same old. None of this is true. Getting so creepy. It's so creepy, guys. I want to finish it to know what happens, but I'm getting so weirded out that I don't really want to either. I'm gonna take this pre-workout and go work out. the ship that they're building. Oh, it's so cute. There was also a moment Cal was being so hypocritical. And he even like knows he's being hypocritical. And he admits that he is. And yet he still does it. And then he goes and messes up again. Just someone that doesn't have addiction issues, like it's just, you know, so easy. Like just don't. But like, that's not the case for addiction. But it's still so frustrating to read about. Like when one of my professors who was giving us advice on to not have test anxiety, and their advice was just don't have anxiety. And that's what it's giving for me judging Cal. I love when men in books like kiss the palm of their girl's hand. I don't know why, that is just so romantic to me, and I want that so badly. Somebody kiss my palm. I think that's focused. Every time I go to edit. You're not. Manual focus. Still getting used to it, guys. So sorry. This is like the weirdest weekend. I honestly just had no plans but to be at home. That is not the norm for me. I feel so unproductive. The fact that I go to the lake and spend the entire day there if it's sunny, but just because I got out of the house, it makes me feel more productive than just like laying on the couch all day. But I did meet my 200-page goal. I actually might read a little bit more before finally training for the night. I'm really happy with myself. Good job, me. Things are progressing relationship-wise, going good-ish, goodish. As good as can be expected with the circumstances. Love the little adventure in the vacation that they're taking right now. Yeah, workout this morning was amazing. It was so good. However, I totally forgot to bring a little like carbohydrate snack. I usually bring a fruit strip or some fruit snacks or something to have either during my workout or more primarily post-workout. I did bring my protein shake, thank goodness, but yeah, it was very warm in there, which I love. I love that so much because it was warmer in there. I was sweating. I'm not used to sweating during my workouts anymore. Heat conditioning, it's a real thing. And so like I felt my like blood sugar levels just start to plummet. Towards the tail end of my workout, I was going kind of downhill. I walked for 30 minutes after lifting, and then I hopped on the bike for like 15-ish minutes, and that's when I really started feeling it, when I was on the bike. I forgot my wallet, so I couldn't like stop at a gas station to grab anything, but I get an aura. I don't get a migraine, thank goodness. I do get like an ocular migraine. I just get the aura. That's kind of my telltale sign of when my eyes are super strained or when my blood sugar is kind of low. Super fun. Sometimes I get double vision. Nothing I can do about it, but otherwise I have perfect vision. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. There's not much I can do for how crooked you are. I just did like the creepiest thing possible. Not like not the creepiest thing possible, but like kind of creepy. So I'm driving to the gym and there's a little baby bunny chilling on the sidewalk. He's so cute. And I slowed down because I'm like, one, I don't want it to run out and I have to slam my brakes. Two, I just want to look at it because it's so cute and little. And then I continue on driving and I'm going pretty slow, and then I slowed down even more because there was this woman walking her dog, and I love the dog. But then I was nervous because I don't know what kind of dog it was, but the dog was very tuned into that bunny. I'm like, oh no. But it was a really cute dog. The bunny did scatter away, so hopefully the dog did not chase after it. That would be very sad. That's how I lost my bunny when I was a wee child. A Rottweiler came in and killed it. I held a prejudice against Rottweilers for a very long time about that. I love all dogs now. They all love the taste of bunny. Why? I'm at my other gym because it is just after 7 and the gym I have been going to the last couple days doesn't open until 10 on Sundays. And I said, that is too late for me. So it is just after 7. I'm gonna go work out. It actually works out because today is a pull day and I really like the equipment for my pull day exercises at this gym compared to my other gym. So that works out and it's closer. And I think I'm playing pickleball at 10 or 11 today, which is a lot earlier than I was expecting because normally the friends I play with like to start at like 2 or 3, which means if that's the case, I can go to volleyball this afternoon at around 2 or 3. It's supposed to be absolutely gorgeous out. It is cloudy right now. Like the clouds are really sitting low. I'm so excited. Oh, I just love playing pickleball. Enough rambling. Let's go work out. Let's do a pull day. I probably won't film this one because this gym is a little bit different and it's not easy for me to film it. I'm really hoping that we finish both books today. It's kind of my goal. If I don't end up finishing None of This Is True, not a big deal. I would really like to finish Final Offer today. And then we can move on. I'm glad I'm getting the biggest book out of the way because the other two are quite short. And if I pair both of them with the audiobook, they're gonna fly by. We can finish these 3 off of my June TBR. We're gonna do it. We are women. Woo! Hello! Guess what? I finished both books yesterday. Well, no, I finished both books. One yesterday, one today. I finished Final Offer yesterday. Very weird because I ended up reading the tail end of it on my Kindle because it was just easier to hold. It's so much easier to read that way. The extended epilogue was only in the print, but you could like download the extended epilogue on her website. And most people, you know, don't read epilogues. I thought it added like a nice little cute wrap up. Do you want to talk about it now? I'll talk about it at the end of this video. And then I did finish None of This Is True while I was editing, but I did start Ariadne last night. I only got, I think, a chapter or 2 in. It is discussed how the Minotaur has come to fruition through Ariadne's mother. It does discuss Medusa, the actual what happened to Medusa, instead of like the typical lore of her. Poseidon was actually the one that, so annoying. Oh gosh, okay. Medusa. Okay, let me back up and read. I had hit upon a truth of womanhood. However blameless a life we led, the passions and the greed of men could bring us to ruin, and there was nothing we could do. Ariadne, you're wise beyond your years on that one. Medusa is the woman with all the snakes in her hair, and that anybody looks at her, they will turn to stone. The actual mythology with Medusa is she was a beautiful, beautiful woman, and she was also very chaste. She was in Athena's temple when Poseidon got a little greedy and took advantage of her. Instead of Athena taking it out on Poseidon, takes it out on Medusa for defiling her temple. Athena is not a woman who supports women. So she turns Medusa into the snakes, hair, all of that. Poseidon goes about his business. Percy Jackson, your dad needs to get it together. So that is actually what happened with Medusa, and it's very sad. Already off to a great start. Oh my gosh, big news, new news. Last night was London's night 3 for Taylor Swift's Eras. Travis made his debut. I'm sure all of you have seen it because it is everywhere and it is everything to me, and I have watched every single video with every single angle and I am eating it up and I am obsessed and I'm so happy. The freaking cutest thing. And he did such a good job. He carried her. He did her little brush and makeup, and he was also wearing the red bottom shoes, which Taylor's the only one that wears those on stage, so that's freaking cute. He's the one that picks her up after The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, before he goes into I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, which is a whole signal and poetic into of itself. There's just so many things. There's just so many things I love about it. I'm gonna do some yoga eventually. I just ate, so I kind of want to let it settle. All right. We are currently on chapter 5 and we have gotten the backstory of the Minotaur. Ariadne is doing her thing. I totally forgot that Phaedra, nope, Phaedra's the sister, right? Pasiphae, that's what it is. Pasiphae is Ariadne's mother. Phaedra is Ariadne's sister. Asterion is the Minotaur. And then Theseus, Prince of Athens, and he's a cutie pie. I totally, oh my gosh, that cloud looks so cool. One second, I gotta show you this. Okay, wasn't that cloud cool? It was so pretty. Wow, okay. What was I talking about? Pasiphae is Circe's sister. And Circe, the whole fam, is a witch. They were like the first witches. And Cersei, as we know, that was by Madeline Miller. She lives on an island and turns men into pigs because they're pigs. And she's an Independent woman. Pasiphae is Cersei's sister, so Pasiphae is also witchy. She goes into like this really bad depression after Asterion, or the Minotaur, is born. Postpartum depression to the max with witch elements, might I add. And Ariadne, little scared, little hesitant to go to mommy for anything. However, her dad is now, Ariadne's 18 now, have her get married off for an alliance between this other country. And she's just like, I don't want to marry him. He creeps me out. She doesn't really get much of a say. And there is this big, not even a festival, but kind of, 7 boys and 7 girls, like younger kiddos, be sacrificed to the Minotaur, I think every year or something. And then there's like a big fight too, but it's more of like a tournament style. There's this cute boy on Athens' ship, and he's a lot older. Turns out it's Theseus. And he's cute, he's strong, he is scrumptious. And Ariadne is enamored, and she's like, I like this boy. I don't know anything about him, but she's like, I don't want him to die going into the Minotaur. That's what you missed on Glee. So I've been listening to Ariadne. Theseus has so much game, and he made me blush and fluster. And then Theseus is a horrible F-boy. I hate him. We hate him. I'm so upset. Also, I thought this was gonna like do the whole process of the labyrinth, but it is before the labyrinth when she meets Theseus. Just a little snippet. We don't get his adventures at all in the labyrinth at all, defeating the Minotaur. We get afterwards. I'm not sure where it's gonna go from here, but I'm pissed. I'm gonna go to the lake. We're here already. I'm gonna read for a little bit. Finished eating dinner, and now I'm gonna go meet one of my friends for a walk, and we are currently on chapter 19. Yes, chapter 19. We get 2 POVs now. We get Ariadne's and Phaedra's, her sister. I didn't realize how big of a role Phaedra was going to play in this. They are very opposite of each other. Ariadne is just like more kind and loving, and she's just a girl. Phaedra is like, doesn't take any BS. She's very upfront and blunt about everything she speaks. And now she's in a little predicament, and she's trying to figure out what's going on. And Ariadne, she's doing pretty well for herself right now too with her circumstances. So I'm very happy for her. I believe the god that she has befriended is actually a decent-ish god. I mean, all gods and goddesses have their faults, but I feel like, if I recall correctly, that this one's pretty decent, and hopefully that remains true. I'm now on chapter 23. I was listening on my drive over. You know, Ariadne and Cersei are onto something. Go to a deserted island, join a cult, or make your own, and just like live upon the earth in isolation. But like, it's so weird. Ariadne for sure is in a cult, but I kind of love it for her. Good morning. Oh geez, I need to charge this battery. I am eating breakfast before heading to work. Just wanted to let you know, one, the park was so great that we went and took a walk in, and I left my phone in the car, so sorry, no footage. But there were so many bunnies, and I was thriving. I love bunnies, and they were so fun, and just hopping around all over the place, and it was fantastic. As far as the book goes, I'm on chapter 26 now. There's like a couple hours left. I feel like I read and listened to it quite a bit yesterday, and I just made it to, I had like 89 pages left. You know, cult things are happening, and we don't know what, and we don't know why, but there seems to be blood sacrifices. So that's fun. That's fun and fresh. Yeah, full on cult on the island Ariadne is on right now. I'm really enjoying it though. It's a lot more about sisterhood than I was expecting, and it's not a bad thing. Phaedra's storyline is interesting. just for the feelings that she's had about children. We'll see you later today because we're gonna finish this today. We're finishing it today and we'll wrap it all up. Hello, hello! We're back. We have finished 3 books in this vlog and it needs to go up tomorrow. I need to finish editing. Well, let's talk about the books that I ended up finishing. Yeah, so None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. That was my first, I think, Lisa Jewell book and I really enjoyed it. I really liked her writing. It was very much a slower domestic thriller, but it kept me interested and intrigued. I'm really happy I listened to the audiobook. I thought the narrators did an excellent job. It's a full cast of people, as well as like their sound effects and just the way they intertwined it. It just really immersed myself into the story. It just felt like I was watching like a Netflix special. It did get quite unhinged. I know I said that quite a bit. It made me like queasy and anxious feeling just because it was so creepy, but not in like a gross way. I really still don't know what is true and what is not, so that's fun. Then let's talk about The Final Offer, or just final, I keep putting The Final Offer, it's just Final Offer by Lauren Asher. Chunky. I read it over the weekend, so that's why I vlogged a lot of it. Did enjoy it. I think I would have read it faster if I would have read it on my Kindle. I think the second book is my favorite and I hear that a lot. And then this is Following Callahan and Alana. I feel like there's always more to the characters than meets the eye. I really appreciate that aspect and like the diversity of characters too. I think that's very important. I think that's something Lauren Asher does very well. There was a couple surprises in there and I really loved the ending. I really love the extended epilogue. I'm an epilogue person. I will read the epilogue. It felt complete. The last book I ended up reading for this vlog was Ariadne, and I primarily did listen to it. It's only like a 308-page book and I felt like I was making zero progress even while reading it. I'd be like, oh, I'm definitely like almost done, and I would go to the page, I'm like, oh, we barely made a dent in it. As far as the book goes, it was a lot more centered on sisterhood, as well as that quote that I said at the beginning. I'm gonna read it again because this really just sums up the book perfectly. The truth of womanhood, however blameless a life we led, the passions and the greed of men could bring us to ruin, and there was nothing we could do. The complete summary of the book. Men just get so greedy, and then it's the women who take the fault of it. And it happens time and time and time again in this book, and it's so frustrating. Twists and turns. And oh my gosh, it just made me really sad about one of the characters and how great they were until they weren't. I feel like I learned something, and I love Greek mythology. It is very tragic though. Every Greek myth is a tragedy. I feel like none of them have happy endings. Maybe Hades and Persephone. She's rocking it, but everybody else, not so much. Those were the 3 books that I read in this vlog. I will be starting The Unmaking of June TBR tonight, but like I said, we gotta upload this vlog for you guys. Well, with that being said, if you liked hanging out with me for this reading vlog or checking out any other reading vlogs, feel free to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos, as well as like this video. And with that being said, respect others, respect yourself, and do something amazing with your day. Thanks, bye!